What's the trouble with a 500-pound fat guy? His pants are always caught in his butt crack and his butt can't sit on the bench at all when he writes on the blackboard. He always writes the answers with his hand on top and his big belly erases the questions at the bottom. He was often ridiculed by his students. He had only 3 hobbies in life, and all 3 were eating. On this day, a man who weighed 200 tons left his mouth watering at a beautiful woman. He reached out his hand towards the woman and approached her slowly. Unexpectedly, the man's hand went right over her and ripped the chicken leg off the table and stuffed it into his mouth. But the chicken drumstick had already expired for a year. The man felt very hard on his stomach.
He's gonna blow!
He clenched his hands into fists and farted towards the street. In the next second, the stream of air instantly turned the town into ashes. Jack was so scared that he woke up immediately. But luckily, it was just a dream. Jack was a professor at Harvard University. On this day, all the lab rats he raised ran outside. The campus became chaotic. A flying rat got into a student's burger. Another rat ran right into someone's mouth. Jack's body grew bigger and bigger, like it was inflated. The doctors were so frightened that they fled. One doctor remained where he was. The next second, he was squeezed by the huge body and disappeared. Jack was instantly awakened. He resolved to start losing weight in order to keep this scene from happening. However, he was so fat that he couldn't even jump. He tries to lift a barbell and accidentally crushes the equipment. Jack tries to go for a run. He only ran for a minute and he was out of breath. He had no choice but to go to an old Chinese doctor for acupuncture, but it didn't help even if he was pierced into a hedgehog. So Jack decided to lose weight by experiment. He took the experimental potion and drank it. Just then, Jack felt as if he was being choked and fell to the ground in pain. Then a magical scene appeared, and his body seemed to have really gotten thinner. He looked at the handsome man in the mirror and felt incredible. Jack went to a clothing store and picked out a tight suit, admiring his figure. This fat man picked up the mysterious potion and took a sip. In the next second, he actually managed to become thin. However, this potion could only last for 30 minutes. Soon, Jack's body showed abnormalities. His thighs became thicker than a faceplate. His feet also became enormous. Jack started to gain weight while driving. His huge belly suddenly popped out, causing the car to blow a tire on the road. Jack turned back into a 200-pound fat man. The next day, Jack realizes that he has no memory of what happened last night. It turns out that Skinny Jack has an independent consciousness and wants to completely replace Fat Jack. Jack went to the lab and poured all the potion into the sink, but he still accidentally drank the potion. Skinny Jack comes to the school party and shows this magical scene. He drank this magic potion before his hip circumference and stomach returned to their original shape. Skinny Jack took out 500 milliliters of the potion. By drinking this, he could completely replace Fat Jack. That's when Jack's assistant arrived in time. Skinny Jack was just about to punch him when his hands suddenly got bigger. It was Fat Jack who was grabbing control of his body with Skinny Jack. The two men slapped each other. In the end, Jack succeeded in reclaiming his own body.